Royal Albert Hall this Sunday morning. Black Dyke Band at the Proms.
Hello, here's a behind-the-scenes documentary all about the preparation and performance of the Black Dyke Band at this year's 2026 BBC Prom. Hi Tom, we're on our last concert before the Proms at the Royal Albert Hall. Looking forward to today, but it's been a busy 6 months for you. First 6 months in the band. What's your recollections of it?
Well, it's gone so quickly. Obviously, taking over Richard was huge shoes to fill, and that's taken some time just to settle in. But I feel, obviously, being in the band 16 years ago, it didn't take me too long to feel like home again. And yeah, it's been a whirlwind 6 months. I've loved it.
But this week we've had national newspapers because we had, it was the Daily Mirror. What was the other paper?
The Express.
The Express. And they interviewed a few players from the band. But you told a great story. Do you mind sharing that with us?
Yeah, certainly. So when I was in junior school, we got asked to draw what you want to be when you're older, and I either wanted to be an opera singer on the Royal Albert Hall stage or to play with the Black Dyke Band. I never was an opera singer on the Royal Albert Hall stage, but or never sung on there yet. Yeah, I was obviously achieved that dream when I was 18, playing with Black Dyke, and not quite the end goal, but I think taking Richard's seat is probably the end.
Yeah, no, it's great. And we've got some fantastic piece of music on the Proms. Have you got a favourite piece that we're playing at the Proms?
It's got to be Paganini. I remember when I played with Rothwell, we played that in the Grand Shield, I think it was, or the Senior Cup. I can't remember which one, but we won it, and so that remains a firm favourite of mine. So that's going to be a brilliant way to end the concert.
End the concert on that weekend. Philip Willoughby is going to be present. He's going to be listening to us. It's his birthday the day before. What a birthday present! Let's look forward to it.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Hi Siobhan, we're down to our last week and everything's been happening. You were in the newspapers last week. Tell us about that.
Yes, I got a phone call from the Daily Express a few days ago now, asking me all about the Proms and our preparation for it, asking me about my job as well and how we do band alongside working. And yeah, it was a nice surprise to see us in the newspapers.
Well, a very nice picture of you, and of course it also is a great concert we're doing at the Proms, but this year's a special year because it's your anniversary year with the band.
Yes, I've now spent 10 whole years with the Black Dyke Band.
I'm not going to ask you whether it feels like that, but at one stage I used to do an awful lot of travelling. I remember your mum and dad used to travel. Where was home then?
Back in the Midlands, so I was based in Burton-on-Trent.
Yeah, 10 years ago. What was your first solo?
It was Untold Story, my first concert at Halifax Minster.
Wow. Well, yeah, they adore your sounds, you hear. And if you were going to choose a favourite piece on the Proms, what would it be?
I'd say probably Paganini Variations, because it's just one of those pieces that you can really get stuck into.
Well, interesting. When this film comes out, it'll be interesting. I've asked the same question to everybody, so you can see what comes to it. But in the article, I think, did they ask you what it was like to be a lady in the band?
They definitely did, and I think it was quite interesting for them to hear that it's not so much of a thing anymore. Because obviously back in those days it was quite tricky for a woman to get into a brass band, especially like this.
Yeah.
So for them to hear that it's completely normal now to breath of fresh air for them.
Because how many ladies do we have in the band?
So we have Laura on rep, we have Phoebe on flugel, myself on horn, Amy and Alison also on horn, Becky on baritone and Logan on percussion.
So you ladies helped the average age of the band come down a little very much further. Anyway, enjoy this year being your 10th anniversary, and let's enjoy the next 10 years after it and have a great concert at the Proms.
Thank you. Hi
Keith BRITCLIFFE.
Hello Nick.
The longest serving player now in the band. How many years?
31, coming up for 31.
You do that very positively.
I did, yeah, absolutely.
So I normally say Queensbury is nestled in between Halifax and Bradford. But where do you travel from?
Near Market Harbour.
How many miles do you reckon you've done over these years?
To the moon and back several times, I bet, yeah.
And I've got to say, you know, this year we're playing at the Royal Albert Hall, special places, but you've done some amazing tours with the band. Do you mind sharing some of them?
Yeah, there's Bermuda, Canada together, Bermuda and United States together, Japan, got to be up there with the best.
And, of course, you played in Carnegie Hall.
Yeah, did, yeah.
That's a special little one.
It is.
But none better than playing at the Proms. Did you play in 2007?
Yes, I did, yeah.
So you've been there all before?
Yeah, yeah.
So you're also the librarian of the band, which is very, very time consuming. People won't realise at the moment we're waiting for rehearsal to start at 7:30.
Yeah.
And what time did you arrive?
I was here about 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're going to talk about music, but I'm going to put you on the spot. What's your favourite piece that we're playing at the Proms?
Oh, Paganini Variations, got to be, definitely.
Let's make sure we enjoy it.
Yeah, thank you, Nick. Thank you.
Hi, Gareth. So we're up to the last week before the Proms, but you're a busy person. You know, we've got the greatest concert coming up that we can ever want to do. But it's not just for that. You're in charge of percussion. So give me your last week. I mean, we were in a brilliant festival yesterday and you had to arrange for a vibraphone.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, sometimes, you know, unexpected challenges arise as we're carrying out our routine. But you know, it's, sometimes you just got to think on your feet, haven't you? You know, arriving at the coach and realising a vibraphone doesn't fit on. And then it's how you're going to fix it, isn't it? Thinking in the moment.
And so we've got our last rehearsal tonight, and then we've got the rehearsal at the Royal Albert Hall, where we're going to be practicing for Radio 3, and I'll tell everybody a little bit about Radio 2 later, and even perhaps a television. But then you've also been busy for the evening on Friday.
Absolutely, yeah. We've got a really fantastic concert lined up with the Putney and Wimbledon Brass Band down in London. And that's going to be taking place at St James's Church in Sussex Gardens. So another fantastic event, and great to be able to take to the stage with another brass band.
And did you say they got an important precedent?
Yes, they do. They've got the British Open organisers, Karen and Martin Mortimer. So we're really excited that they're going to be with us on the evening as well.
And so for the percussion side, we've had to hire, is it two vans?
Two vans to get everything down, yeah.
Yeah, so and that'll be wonderful. You're going to have 4 porters that are going to be turning up, and you've got players from the band that will be helping you. That all sounds good. But what time is your first time that you're going to be on the Royal Albert Hall?
Well, I think we're going to be there for around 7 o'clock to start unloading. So it's going to be quite an early one for us, but a very exciting day all the same.
Yeah, it will be. But do you have a favourite piece?
It's got to be Paganini Variations. It was my first championship section test piece at the Aries in 2011, so I'm absolutely thrilled to be playing that again. And to have Philip Wilby in the audience as well is just the icing on the cake.
Let's make sure we all enjoy it. So, we're down to our last week, last rehearsal. Looking forward to the Proms, but it's not the first time for you to be at the Proms.
No, I've played there a couple of times. Not with the brass band though, so it's going to be pretty special taking the stage with Black Dyke.
And what was the first time you played there?
It was a Blue Peter prom back in 2001 with the BBC Philharmonic. Yeah, I did Carnival of Venice and Flight of the Bumblebee, and then a few years later, 2004, I did the Hodderknock Concerto with the BBC National Orchestra Wales.
Well, this one, I remember when I was discussing repertoire for it, and I sent The Force of Nature for them to listen to, and they said straight away, it was the first piece that they wrote down. They said yes, and we look forward to welcoming David back. Well, what are you looking forward to on this one?
Well, it's obviously special to take the stage with yourself and the band, but playing in the Albert Hall, it doesn't matter how many times you do it. When you walk out there, there's no one else like it, so I'm really looking forward to that.
I've seen some of the responses on social media, and whilst they keep on saying it's great to have Black Dyke there, they're always giving you a mention to it, so I know that everybody is going to be looking forward to it, and I can't wait either.
It's going to be good fun.
Well, Tommy, this has been an exciting week for you because you've been jetting all over Europe. So tell me where you've just come back from.
I've just come back from the World Championships in Kirkrade. Been playing with Wellington Brass from New Zealand. I started this because David Bremner is a friend of mine.
Oh, good.
And he sends his regards.
Okay.
And yeah, looking forward to full steam ahead this week.
Well, more than that, because of course when a player goes away from Black Dyke, I always keep an eye on you. And I noticed that you've been playing Carnival of Venice, it sounded fantastic, but to have you dash back straight from Kirkrade to the main rehearsal tonight is excellent. We've got some fantastic pieces on. Do you have a favourite one?
I really enjoy Paganini variations.
So, you know, I've asked that question to everybody, and you're going to have to watch this film to see what they all say. But let's say at the moment, Philip Wilby is obviously very popular with everybody. It's his birthday, you know, the day before the Proms. So he's coming down to it. But there's a great quartet in there, tuba parts, isn't there?
Absolutely, yeah.
And of course, we've got a fantastic soloist. And the Peter Graham piece, what is it now? Force of Nature. Force of Nature, looking forward to that. And apart from Paganini, what other pieces?
I quite like the authenticity of cartoon music as well. Probably a little bit of a wildfire out there, but I really enjoy playing that.
Well, you know, when we started talking about the Proms, the reason cartoon music on the film set is to try and reach a new audience for the band. And they're really keen to do that. But you know, with all the variety that we've got from the Berlioz Overture right through to Paganini to Symphony in 2 movements, really special. But you've been in the band for how long?
About close to 16 months now.
16 months?
Yeah.
That's an interesting way of saying it. I would have said just over a year. But you're a Saddleworth boy, and you're making a great contribution on the tuba line. Tell me about your other 3 tubas you've got.
So we've got Chris Hall, my partner in crime. Chris joined around the same time as me. As a second EFAT player, you can't ask for anything more. He's always here. He's always prepared.
And what about the big boys?
Well, Matt Routley, who needs to introduce Matt Routley? He's been here 30 years now. One of the finest exponents of his instrument in brass banding on the planet. And again, Owen, just a team that just seemed to gel and a match made in heaven.
And I've got to say, lots of people are talking about the sonorous sound. Everybody talks about the sound of Black Dyke, but it's got to come from the tubas. We're going to have a brilliant day down in London, a very busy day on the Friday in preparations, because as well as preparing for the Proms, we've got the Radio 2 broadcast, we've got the Radio 3 broadcast, a breakfast television, which I'm going to have to tell you about tonight, and then we'll be playing the Fanfare to open the Proms up too. So let's have a great time.
Absolutely.
This is the lull before the storm of one of the most exciting days in Black Dyke's history. Tomorrow all the band will catch the train from Manchester down to London. However, the days that follow for the fans of Black Dyke will seem like a swans gliding over the water and paddling crazy below to make things happen. Alison, my wife, has been the main architect of organising planning of the concert on Sunday, but before a good concert it needs an even better rehearsal. This is how the Friday rehearsal at the Royal Albert Hall will pan out.
At 6 a.m. is breakfast, and then we all need to be at the Royal Albert Hall for 7:30 a.m.
8 o'clock, well, that's filming for Breakfast TV for the opening Prom on the Friday, so the music that we'll have to play, well, it has to be...
Let's Face the Music and Dance.
9 o'clock, well, that's my first interview with Petrock from Radio 3 for Behind the Scenes at the Royal Albert Hall interview.
And at 9:30, Black Dyke take the stage for a sound check for the Proms concert.
10:30, well, that's my second interview for Radio 4's World at One, building up to the first Prom.
11 o'clock, Black Dyke record the last movement of the Moorside Suite for Radio 3's In Tune programme.
That's not the end though, of course, because there's plenty of interviews for everybody, and at 12, Tom Hutchison and Phoebe Mallison will carry out an interview for Radio 3 to be broadcast later in that afternoon.
For the first time as well, Radio 3 broadcasting Black Dyke's 2-hour performance, Radio 2 will also feature a special programme And at this time we will record a couple of bonus tracks, one featuring David Giles and the other the finale of William Tell.
2 o'clock, well, the band finally returns to the hotel in preparations for the evening concert.
At 4 o'clock, 10 players leave to go back to the Royal Albert Hall.
That's for a special performance, a live fanfare broadcast on Radio 3 outside the Royal Albert Hall to proclaim the opening of the first proms at the 2026 season.
6:15, those 10 players have dashed across London to Kensington.
7 o'clock, community concert with Putney and Wimbledon Band, and you can imagine the finale has to be Elgar's Pomp and Circumstance.
And at 9:30, a well-earned debrief over a nice cup of tea.
So here we are at Manchester Piccadilly on our journey ready for the Royal Albert Hall and the proms. Bring it on. Well, it seems like Alice and I are a little bit late because all the band are already on the train. Let's go and join them. So, on the train, last minute preparations. Although I've got to say, I think I know these all backwards. But let's make sure I'm really prepared. Looking forward to it.
Well, we've just arrived in Euston and we're on our way en route to our hotel, but I wonder if all these people here are going to be coming to our prom.
I often tell the story in concerts how John Foster, the band's founder, found London a real inspiration, and when they went to the Royal Albert Hall and he turned at Hyde Park, he admired the Albert Memorial so much that he decided to build his own in Queensbury. Well, you've seen the Albert Memorial and now here's the Albert Hall. So, we've just entered the Royal Albert Hall. Come and follow me to my dressing room. Dressing room number 1. Well, we all know at the Royal Albert Hall, it's a very old building, but they still do have special rooms, especially for normally the principal conductors. So you've even got showers and fantastic facilities, and then dressing room to accommodate all of their guests. Goodness knows who's been in here before me, but I'm really pleased to be here. So this is genuinely the lull before the storm. Not often I can stand on the Royal Albert Hall stage without feeling a little bit nervous. That's what happens when you go to the normal contest. But this is, as I said, just before the first rehearsal of the 2026 Proms concert with Black Dyke. Good morning to you. You can't listen to better music than that by the Holst, of course, written in our golden period of the 1930s when Elgar was writing for us, Ireland. But in Proms and the Proms, we've got some composers that are still living as well.
You do indeed. You've got quite the mix at the Prom on Sunday, because we heard you there playing the march from Holst's Moorside Suite, but you've also got music. You've got some of the Harry Potter score by John Williams, some of Hans Zimmer's Pirates of the Caribbean, and contemporary music, as you mentioned. Do you think, Nicholas Charles, that brass bands can skip over genre boundaries in a way that not a lot of other ensembles can do?
Well, you know, sometimes we don't mean to. If you imagine all those great composers in the 30s, in the 70s, we were too frightened to ask Stravinsky to write for brass band, but we haven't missed the opportunity since. And you mentioned some contemporaries. We've got Edward Gregson joining us at the Prom, Philip Wilby, and of course Peter Graham. So might have missed an opportunity, but not going to miss that chance again.
Or not?
the Black Dyke Band with a fanfare, which marks 6 o'clock. The doors to the proms are open.
Hello, it's Nick Childs here again. I want to say thank you for watching. Please do hit the subscribe button. There's no charge. All these videos are free to watch and enjoy. But if you press the subscribe button, it helps the band in many ways. Enjoy the video. Stay tuned for many more to come.